Hey, I'm Veronica. Today's video is all about how to make someone come closer, not get further away. I know a lot of you are in this situation. A lot of my coaching clients are going through this very same thing right now, and so I was inspired to make this video because I think it's going to help a lot of people. Hi, Rebecca Hales. How are you? Okay, so let's get on with it. So you have someone that is in your life, or you're trying to attract them in your life, and they're kind of there, but they're not in the relationship that you want to be in right now. And this could be an ex, it could be a crush, it could be someone you're friends with that you're trying to transition to a relationship. It could be any of these scenarios. But basically, they're there. What you're doing isn't currently working. It seems to not be attracting them closer, and it seems to, in some circumstances, even be pushing them further away. So what do you do? So the answer is actually really simple, and it is something that a lot of you are really scared to do. And the answer is basically you need to show that you are a priority by actually ignoring them a bit. Show that you matter by stopping chasing them to allow them to chase you. Now, whenever I say this, a lot of people, their first response is always, well, if I ignore this person, if I distance myself from this person, if I stop responding to their messages, even if these, like, for example, they might be messaging you, but they're just friendly messages and they aren't really going anywhere romantically, and it's just getting frustrating because it's not really what you want. And I would say, actually, you need to cut off a little distance. You need to show that you matter. You need to show that you're a priority. Now, usually people say to me, well, if I do that, then this person is going to forget all about me. They are going to use it as an excuse to ignore me and push me out of their life. So, for example, people always get afraid that by ignoring them, that you're sort of giving them the ability to shut you out entirely and almost discard you in a way. That by you not reciprocating or you not reaching out, that they're just going to forget all about you, no longer want to be with you, even though what you're currently doing isn't really getting you anywhere. That by cutting off things, it's actually going to make it worse. And I'm here to tell you that it's actually going to make things better. What you need to do is you need to make a stand that you matter. If you are afraid to do this and to take this plunge for fear that this person is just going to ignore you even more and push you out even more, then that's a clear indication that you do not have much belief within yourself about yourself, because you're under the assumption that you are someone who can be discarded, who can be tossed away, who can be forgotten. So I think if this is your first response to what I just said, this idea that someone is just going to ignore you even more if you stop responding to their kind of mediocre messages, or you stop reaching out to them first, that they're just going to suddenly ignore you, just forget all about you, move on with their life. You're never going to hear from them again. If you have this feeling inside, then you need to work on your self-image and what you believe you are worth, what you believe that the value that you believe you are. Because if you think that you can be forgotten that easily, then you do not believe that you are someone who can actually be in this person's life, who can actually be needed by this person, who actually has something to offer this person. Then it's all about this person offering you something, and it's like you're a bother or you're a hassle in their life. So if you stop reaching out, if you stop being sort of a constant in their life, that they're just going to forget all about you, no longer need you. It's like you never even existed. So I want to give you the courage to try this out, to try setting the standard. Now, I'm not talking about setting it in a cruel way. Like, I'm not asking you to ignore someone and be cruel and be like bitchy. Like, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying, though, is you need to set the standards. You need to not feel like you have to keep reaching out, or otherwise this person is going to forget you. And if they're reaching out kind of like in a senseless way, like maybe they're sending you messages that just say hi, or just something silly that seems to go nowhere and your conversation is going nowhere, and ignore them a little bit. Because honestly, when you ignore someone, it makes them want you more. It doesn't happen in the opposite way. It doesn't make them want you less. So I would say to not feel like you have to be the first one to reach out, if that is what is happening. Because a lot of times you're reaching out and then the conversation goes nowhere and you aren't any closer to your goal than you were before. So I would suggest take some time for yourself and build up your confidence level, because your confidence level and what you believe about yourself is how this person is going to view you. So you want to set the standard of what you're worth, of what kind of value you are. You need to be not afraid to do no contact, to say, you know what, I matter, and until this person can approach me in the way that I really want and I really deserve, I don't want to have anything to do with it. It's not worth my time. You need to get into an attitude like that. Like, you know what, I have tons of options. And if this person can't step up to the plate, then I'm going to find somebody else. And you need to develop some of that confidence. Like, you have a million choices instead of just this one person who you're like waiting for them to be with you, and you're waiting for them to grant you happiness so that they can be with you. Like, you don't want to be waiting around for that one person. You want to feel like you have a ton of different options. And the only way you could do this is by setting the standard, by not being afraid to cut them off a little bit, to respond in a way that isn't complacent to what they have to say, to be a little sassy, to be a little bold, to say, you know what, I matter, my feelings matter, I can find somebody better than you if I want to. Now, I'm not saying to give up on this person. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying you need to change the dynamic, especially if you've been stagnant like this for a while. I would definitely change things up. What you're doing currently isn't working. And a lot of you have this specific person in your life, but it's like it's just not moving forward. Maybe they're not putting in as much effort to talk to you as you are to talk to them. Cut them off a little bit. Make them wonder what happened to you. They're not going to forget you. They're not going to write you off. Actually, the exact opposite is going to happen. But you need to have that belief within yourself that you're somebody that's unforgettable, that you're somebody that matters. Because if you don't believe you actually matter, and then you can be waiting around forever and it's never going to happen. And you don't want to be stuck waiting and waiting and waiting and nothing ever happening. You want to actually get movement. So I hope that this could help. I hope you have a wonderful day. Expect more videos soon. I do one-on-one coaching, veronicaisles.com. You can email me at veronicaisles@gmail.com. Don't be afraid to cut this person off, to ignore this person, to make your life about you. Set the standard. They're still going to reach out. If they're already reaching out a little bit, it'll make them reach out more. And if they're not reaching out at all, you stop reaching out, and let's see if they suddenly, wonder where you went. Value yourself, realize that you're important, realize that you matter, realize that you have something to contribute to their life. But like I said, if you think to yourself, well, they're just going to ignore me, use it as an excuse to never talk to me again if I stop reaching out, then you definitely need to work on your self-image, because that is a clear indication that you do not think you have any value whatsoever if you could be that easily discarded. So work on you. You working on you is the very thing that's going to get you not only the option of this person, but like 5 more that are just like this person, and you get to pick. That's a much better place to be in. So I hope you have a wonderful day. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for showing up to this event. I'm so happy to talk to you live, and I'm going to be recording some videos today, so do look forward to those as well.